Hello everyone and welcome to Kid Coder. I hope you are excited for your first class because I know you're going to love it. However, before you are ready to code, there are some things you need to install and configure. So let's get started on that. Step 1 asks you to download the Python interpreter. This is what will allow us to run Python code. The interpreter will basically take our Python code, translate it into what's known as machine code, and machine code is what our computer actually reads and understands. Now, step 2 asks you to get the PyCharm IDE. This is like a text editor, just like Microsoft Word. But instead of writing text in English, we're going to write code in this PyCharm IDE. So it's a code editor. It has certain functionalities that will make it easier for us to write our code in. And that's what an IDE is, an integrated development environment. IDE. It's an environment where developers can write their code in. One of the most widely used IDEs for coding in Python is PyCharm. So that's what we're using. So let's start with Python. Let's double click on this file. We're going to make sure to check this box at Python to path, and we're going to click on install now. Click yes. Once it's done, we click on close. Now you officially have Python on your computer. So let's move on to PyCharm, which, as I said, is the code editor. Double click on that file. Click yes to the window that appears, then click next. Select the PyCharm community version that you want to uninstall. So I already have PyCharm installed. I will uninstall that one and uninstall silently. Actually, I'll check this as well. So that was the uninstall for me. What was here? Okay, so here it's gonna choose a location to install it in. I do just recommend you quickly skim through this. So C, program files, JetBrains, PyCharm, just to have an idea of how your operating system saves files, saves programs. So if you keep installing programs, you're going to keep noticing program files. So this is somewhere that a lot of programs will be installed in. So just to get an idea, you're going to click next. So I didn't change anything over there. Create desktop shortcut. Yes, check that. Update context. You're going to check all the boxes. Click next. Next, install now. And once it's completed, I will choose I want to manually reboot later. You can do it now, but if you don't forget, you can do it later. Click finish. And then I'm going to open my PyCharm IDE. So you guys won't see this, but I'm just going to do that. But what you will see is something like this, but I have some projects already. You won't have any projects. So first, let's go into customize. There's two modes that you should know about: dark theme and the light theme. I prefer the light one because I find it easier on my eyes, but I do have many programmer friends who prefer the dark theme. So it's up to personal preference. I'll stick to the light theme. We can go to projects, click on new project. Let's name it programming MC1. So make sure this is checked. You have virtual environment here. Make sure you have base interpreter, something that ends in python.exe. And we can click on create and make sure this one is checked as well. It's going to create a initial script. And there you have it. If this is what you see, then you're all set with PyCharm and Python. So we have a folder here called programming MC1. This is the project folder. And inside that folder, we have another folder called venv. And we also have a file called main.py. So py obviously stands for Python. This is the file extension for all your Python code. So this is actually Python code, but for now, this is all you had to do for this part.